Scott Sayer. I'm a retired grass seed farmer, and I also have a boat to play around on and go fishing in my spare time. Right now we're in Garibaldi, Oregon, which is at the mouth of the Tillamook Bay. It's the fall. It's coming close to the peak of the fall Chinook and silver salmon season. Tuna season is coming to a close, and fishing's been good the last couple days. Well, I have Squirt, which is the family poodle, and she'd rather go than stay home, so you know, you might as well bring comic relief with you. I've had my father as my fishing partner, not just this week, but every week of my life. You know, here the last couple days, we've been catching salmon offshore on cut plug herrings. Pretty simple, no dodgers or anything, just a little larger bait to attract the fish, and we've been successful. Everybody was just kind of getting oriented on day one. We did hook a coho salmon, and oddly enough, that was the very first coho salmon I've ever caught in my life. I've caught a lot of steelhead, chinook, trout. I've caught every other species of salmon in North America but a coho until 2 days ago. It was caught on film. So it's been pretty darn special. Yesterday, we went tuna fishing. We were approximately 50 miles offshore. The ocean was as flat as I've ever seen it. And we had the greatest tuna catching day of my life and several other people on the trip. So it was pretty cool. We had a 3-boat convoy. And the last count we had was around 75 fish for the 3 boats, and we honestly quit fishing because we were worn out and the coolers were full and it was time to come home. It's 2018 Stabicraft 2500 Ultracab. Bought this boat in February. We've played around a little bit here and there. We started the first weekend, we brought it home in Newport or Yaquina Bay. We thought we had the only Stabicraft out of Newport, and lo and behold, that day we run into somebody with one that looked identical to it, only blue. So it's like, holy cow, you guys are stealing my thunder here. Because there was other boats that looked like it, we had to peel all the stickers off and start anew. It comes back to having a unique boat, and it looks tough, industrial. It looks a lot like a Coast Guard boat, and I'm told a lot of Coast Guards do use them. And so it looks like it's something official, and people they gotta come up, they gotta say something, they gotta look at it. It's pretty fun. It has dual 150 Yamahas. We have a 9.9 kicker motor. Everything's tied into the computer controls up front, so we have autopilot on everything. One position controls everything. Simrad, it's the new top of the line that they had. 12-inch screen, fills up the whole dash panel. It's pretty cool. It does darn near everything. Sonar, radar, GPS. It has all the hazards, reads other boats that are out there, what they are, what they're doing. It's pretty neat. I shopped for over 2 years. I don't know how many boat shows I went to and how many different manufacturers I looked at. I believe I looked at every aluminum boat manufacturer in the Western US. And I kept coming back to the Stabicraft. And my wife and I, we set an unreasonable amount of things that we had to have for a boat before we'd buy it. And what do you know, this one checked all the boxes. It's pretty cool. It has a good fish deck. It has a roomy cabin that sleeps 3, has a heater, a cooktop, stove, even has a little porta potty, has a fishing platform up on the bow that's safe even in big surf. You know, you can store stuff on top of the cabin. It has, 5 places to hang out. It's 5 people pretty much disappear on the boat. It's a lot of fun. One of the greatest features that we love about it is it's a metal boat that floats, no matter which position it is in the water, right side up, upside down. I'm told it has about 110% buoyancy, so it gives you a little bit of a safety feeling in your heart. It rides smoother on the water than any other boat I've ever been in its size. They're made on the South Island of New Zealand, which is notorious for rough seas and that kind of thing, so it kind of fits right in. It's obvious looking at the welds that it's fabricated very well. They have highly skilled welders that are doing the job. I've looked at a lot of boats that have very poor quality welds, and if you see something that's poor quality welding on the surface, you know it's going to be even worse where it's out of sight. And everywhere I've looked on this boat, the welds are quality. That means that it's not going to break apart when you're hitting rough water.